Hey guys, so here bringing you another video. Now welcome to the patch notes that begin season 2023, or some people like old school players like me would call it season 13. I don't know why, but Riot went from a phase of calling all the seasons 1, 2, 3, 4. Like we call it season 9 and stuff. We don't call it, you know, the year. But the patches still kind of reflect that because it's patch 13.1, not patch 2023.1. Anyway, not sure how big these are going to be, but obviously by the time this video is out, this will be the second video tonight, which will be midnight. This season of me releasing this video will be out in about 5 hours. Again, the communication has actually been awful. Again, like if you look at this, the changes, the new season kicks off January 10th. It doesn't. In the vast majority of places, it kicks off January 11th, including, I believe, North America itself. So it's very weird. Promos are changing from 5 to 3 games, so that is kind of a good change. So let's get into it. We got nerfs to Aatrox, Mundo, Fiora, Cassante, Yuumi, and Zeri. We got buffs to Jace, Lissandra, Shaco, Sion, I don't understand, Twisted Fate, and Xayah. Adjustments to Jax and Rammus. System changes to Rod of Ages, Horizon Focus, Seraphs, Winter's Approach, Yaksho, Axiomark, and Legend Tenacity for runes. And then a bunch of new skins, which look pretty cool, to be honest. Myth Maker, and then some Lunar Guardians. And then we have Prestige Lissandra and Prestige Severe. Yeah, they look pretty cool, actually. I like them. And those skins will be out on January 12th. Might do a loot video, potentially. Obviously, a lot of the content that is going to be coming out over the next, like, few weeks will predominantly just be main account rank stuff, because I want to climb as quick as I can. Therefore, I've got to play as much as I can, and that's going to reflect in the content. Jax, though, mid-scope update. All abilities adjusted. So Jax's mid-scope update is on the smaller side compared to our previous ones. Overall, we like his simpler gameplay and kit, but we felt there was room to make his ultimate ability more interesting. Additionally, we've shifted his AP ratios around to buff up his burstier AP playstyle that's seen play in the past. All that being said, unfortunately, Jax still doesn't have a real weapon. All right, so all they're really doing to Q is taking away the ability power ratio. E, they are turning it into physical damage. No, turning it, sorry, into magic damage. So it was dealing physical damage. It used to scale off 50% bonus AD. It's now scaling. Oh, wow, no, it's not. Yeah, well, kind of. It's doing 4% max HP on the target. So his counter-strike is now going to be a tank-killing ability. And 100 ability AP ratio. Magic damage. So that is weird. And then bonus damage per attack dodged used to be 20% of total damage. It's now 20% of base damage. Okay, interesting. Ultimate cooldown used to be 80 seconds. It's now 10, 90, 80. So technically a nerf to the beginning. The third hit passive is now bonus. Well, it was always bonus magic damage, but it's now doing less. So it was 100, 140, 180 with 70% ability power. It's now 80, 120, 160 with 60%. So that's technically less. But then he's getting 2 new things. Jax's R passive now has updated animation, sound effects, and visual effects. And then the big thing is new active. Jax swings his lantern around him, dealing 150, 250, 350 plus 100% ability power, magic damage to all nearby enemies. If he hits a champion, he gains that amount of armor plus bonus AD of scaling, plus 50, 20, 25% bonus AD per champion hit, as well as 60% of that value as magic resist for the next 8 seconds. During this time, the passive applies every 2 attacks instead of every 3. So again, his passive is going obviously down on cooldown as well from that. That's pretty strong. So this is really, really highlighting his 1v1 duelist capabilities, because if you swing your lantern around and hit somebody, well, you're going to hit somebody if you're in a 1v1 duel with them, you're then going to gain an obscene amount of tank stats. So that's Interesting. His ability power ratio scalings and stuff does scare me, because I don't think anybody really wants one being one shot by ability power Jax, but we'll see how that goes. And then he's getting other things. Jax's secret passive fishing has been added to the game. So that will be with the fishing skin, I bet. That if you go somewhere on the map, he probably does like a weird fishing animation, which is kind of cool. Aatrox, Heal McGee. Again, for the life of me, I don't understand why they just don't nerf healing, but anyway. Passive damage decreased. E increased, healing from R decreased, and R bonus movement speed decreased. So again, Aatrox has been very strong for quite a while, and they have, I think, nerfed him, but it hasn't really done that much. And obviously, you know, he's good with items that are also quite strong, so it just puts him in a very, very strong positioning. So his passive used to do bonus percent maximum health damage. It was 5 to 12%. It's now 4 to 10, so just cutting it off a little bit. And then Umbral Dash, passive increased healing during World Ender. His ultimate used to do 25% to 45% healing. It's now 20%, so 5% nerf, to 36%, 9% nerf. That's considerable amounts of healing. That just shows how crazy Aatrox has been in a while. And it's finally, you know, taken all of preseason for them to do anything about it. And then bonus movement speed in his ultimate is going down. So just nerfs across the board for Aatrox. I think that's fine. I think he's been really obnoxious that I've literally seen, and I'm sure we all have, an Aatrox nearly been dead. Does a couple auto attacks, does like maybe a Gore Drinker proc, and boom, he's back to full health. It's just ridiculous how much healing he has. So he'll still heal a lot. That's kind of one of the champion's identities, but it just hopefully won't be dumb anymore. Mundo, nearly unkillable champion in late game now. So base health is going down, and armor growth is going down. And then obviously one of the weird things that's happened is if you get the item that obviously just gives you all the health, and you know you're having Mundos and Scions having like 10,000 health, and then you give those champions a Titanic Hydra, these champions can have 400-500 AD as a full tank champion, and they're absolutely wrecking people. And you can't kill them because they're pure tank. So the bonus attack damage that he's getting on his E, which obviously helps with getting a lot of health, used to be 2.5 to 4.5 of his maximum health. It's now going from 2. It's now 2% to 4%. So it's basically a 0.5% nerf. Again, he's still going to be probably quite strong, but it's just taking what I would say the edge off Mundo. Fiora, very strong. Arguably, I'd even say the strongest top laner right now, because what Fiora had was, there's two kind of metas in the game right now in top lane. It's either 1v1 duelist or it's tanks that generally like to help their team. Well, Fiora, for the most part, if you're a good Fiora, you win most 1v1 duels, and she wrecks tanks. So she kind of came out on top as the best of both worlds. So passive AD scaling decreased, and Q bonus AD scaling decreased. So it's just scaling across the board. Her tank, obviously, maximum health damage AD scaling was 4.5 maximum health true damage per 100 AD. It's now 4%, so a little bit less tank killing for her. And then her Q lunge physical damage is going down of its bonus AD scaling. So again, just hurting her scaling a little bit, 5% nerf overall, but she'll still be quite strong. Jace, one of my favorite champions in the game, but I just haven't felt like it's been worth to play him. And I've always explained it, you know, just reminding everybody, Jace was one of the champions when I first got Master. I used Jace. He was one of my best champions in Season 9. I still occasionally jump on him, and, you know, you don't really lose that much, or it depends who you are, but I tend not to lose that much of skill on a champion that I used to be very good with. So I jump on the champion just to see how he's feeling occasionally, and he's just felt awful for so long. And it is because he is basically a lane bully. He does scale okay, but he doesn't scale anywhere near like a Fiora does or something, or a Jax. So you have to lane bully, especially those type of matchups. And a lot of those matchups he now loses. So it's just kind of a lose-lose situation for Jace. So his base attack damage is going up, which obviously helps her early game lane bullying. Base physical damage of his Q is going up across the board, early and late game. And his W, mana per second, is... no, magic damage, sorry, per second is also going up. So more attack damage in the early game and more damage across the board. I'm going to give Jace probably a go. Whether I give him a go in my placement games, I'm not sure, but we'll probably in my, let's say, first 20 games of the season, might play a Jace game. Again, just to make it very clear, Unranked to Diamond is on hold and a Nuzlocke of Unranked to Diamond is on hold. I am main account focus for the early, I would say at least the first month of the season, it's main account only. So, yeah. Cassante, one of the biggest examples of some players think this champion is OP and some players think this champion is obscenely weak, and that's fine. You know, that I've always been always trying to preach that the game is different depending your perspective and what rating you're in, how good you are, how good your opponents are. The game is vastly different. You know, it's the exact same with like Azir. Azir in Bronze isn't that good. Azir in Challenger is very good. Like, that's the difference. And that's okay. That's a healthy thing to have. The differences per rating isn't bad. So his movement speed is going down. His passive base damage is going down based on your level, but still going down. And then the W is probably also going down, I'd imagine. Yeah, oh, damn, considerably going down. So maximum was, oh, sorry, minimum physical damage at rank 5 would be doing 5.25% of target's maximum health. It's now 3%. That's minimum. And then the maximum it can do was 9.25. It's now 8. Still pretty bad. Wow. Okay. Well, it's kind of damage nerfs for a full tank, which I'm fine with. Like, I like tanks. I like when tanks are part of the meta in the game. I like when the game is technically slower because of tank meta. But I'm not fine when tanks are basically out damaging DPS. That doesn't make any sense. Lissandra. Health growth increased, Q slow increased, and W a cooldown decrease. Buffs across the board. The problem with Lissandra is she's a counter pick. Like, you never want to be, oh, I'm playing mid lane, what am I going to blind pick? Lissandra, she's not very good for that. You could just can pick something like a Zareth or something that outranges her and she's going to get wrecked. But she's a good counter pick. Oh, they blind picked Zed. Okay, I'll pick Lissandra. That's what she's good at. So buffing her doesn't matter that much. But yeah, it will help a bit. Like, if anything, this is nice for Lissandra players. I also just noticed what I could probably do. I don't need that over there, so I could, in theory, make this a bit bigger. Is that better? Hopefully that's a bit better. There you go. So health growth has gone up. Slow is going up considerably, so that's nice for her utility that her slow is higher. And the cooldown of her W is also going up. So it's buffs across the board, but it's fundamentally not really going to change the champion that much. Ramos. So Ramos, again, was becoming quite strong. People were kind of... And I think I said it in a video a couple of weeks ago. Like, I think Ramos is kind of hidden OP. I think people were starting to discover he's very strong. That combining Yaksho with Thornmail and his W, literally AD carries just cannot attack Ramos. They will literally, as weird as it sounds, kill themselves by just attacking that champion. It's crazy. So his base attack damage is going down. His base health is going down. His flat armor, when he's in W, is going down. His percent armor is going down early, but eventually gets back to 100% at rank 5. And then the new thing is okay math, is flat resists granted by Ramos W are now also amplified by the percent resists that are granted by W. Oh, okay. That could be overall an interesting change. So again, percent armor, flat resists granted by Ramos W are also amplified by the... Okay, so the flat armor that you're getting 25% is also being calculated in this, where I guess it didn't before. So maybe it's overall not that bad, but yeah. Shaco. Q mana cost decreased, backstab damage increased, WAD ratio increased. Oh, so they're trying to get rid of AP Shaco and bring back AD by the look of it. Mana cost is going down and backstab crit is going up. That's very AD. And then the Shiv, 2 Shiv poison. Wait, W, 2 Shiv poison? That's wrong. His Jackbox is W. His 2 Shiv poisons is E, isn't it? Am I crazy? I have no idea. Magic damage is staying the same base, but giving 5% more bonus AD. So again, better for AD. And then magic damage to targets below 30% health of maximum health is now getting a better scaling. So it was 112.5 bonus AD. It's now 120. So yeah, just buffs literally strictly to AD Shaco there. Again, if someone wants to clarify that, let me know, but it's weird. Sion. Okay, I still do not get what is going on. I don't know if the boss or the Bowels, or however you say his name, he's bribed someone in Riot. I have played this champion several times in preseason, and I'm not kidding. He's strong. I've played against this champion, and he's strong. You just have to play correctly. Like, I don't understand. He's very tanky. His damage is probably too high. His hitbox on his Q is broken. He has several bugs with his ultimate that actually makes his ultimate go off in weird directions. The champion is really strong. And this, I would say, is one of the prime things that you'll, in the videos earlier, I spoke about, if you watched them when I was reacting to the dev videos, of when the devs have been basically saying, oh, we're being a bit data focused, but what we're going to try and do this year is be a bit more the feel of League of Legends. Sion, to me, and you know, maybe they haven't started doing that yet, is the prime example of they don't play League. Because if you actually know what you're talking about and you actually play the game, the feel of the game, Sion is strong. But his data is probably so skewed by people building full AD or trying to just mimic the boss's playstyle, and they go 0-10 and go, oops, I fed too much and we lost. It's not the feel of Sion. That's the problem. So actual good Sion players are probably absolutely laughing their head off right now because he doesn't need a buff. Base health is going up, and then his damage when his Q is fully charged is also going up. Again, they're not huge buffs. It's just not needed buffs. It's just weird. Twisted Fate. Q cooldown now decreases with rank. Oh, that's quite good. And W blue card and red card APO's ratios increased. Oh, not bad. Okay. So Q is what you max because it's your main wave clear. So that actually coming down on cooldown is nice when you level it up. And then the blue card, which obviously is the maximum damage one that you can do, but it just gives you mana back, nothing else. It's gaining, whoa, that's huge. A big ability. It used to be 90% ability power ratio. It's now 115. That's very nice. And then the red card was 60%. It's now 70. So again, blue card is going to deal more and a considerable bit more damage, which is great. And then red, even though it's just the slow, it will still deal more damage. That's very nice. Again, Twisted Fate has kind of been hurt massively, I would say, by, I don't know, just League in general. Twisted Fate used to be one of the prime good player solo queue picks, that he could make such a big difference. But so many champions can do that now, and they have better individual carry potential than a Twisted Fate. It's where he's kind of just been outshone. Xayah. Base attack speed and attack speed ratio increased, so buffs to Xayah. Fair enough. Yuumi, again, I'm not going to really cover this. They're just nerfing her damage. They are reworking this champion, and I don't think anybody is going to be happy about their rework, because fundamentally, Riot already mentioned that, oh, we're going to probably, you know, we're going to keep her W basically the same. That's predominantly the problem. So this champion is never going to be happy. Like, people aren't going to be happy about this champion. She is what I would call the Marmite champion in League of Legends. For those, some people may not know that, what Marmite is. Marmite is a spread here in the UK that you predominantly put on toast, and you either hate Marmite or love Marmite. There is no in between. It's one of those dividing tastes. That's Yuumi. You either hate her, which I would say is 95% of the population of League, or you like her 5% because you play her. That's it. She's just not good for the game. And I do really wish Riot would just kind of say, we've made over 170 champions. We can't always get them right, and we got Yuumi wrong. But they're never going to say that. Kind of like Zeri, because this champion is always going to be buffs and nerfs as well. So Zeri, it did bring her back to being the high DPS, low burst AD carry like she was designed to be, but she's still too strong because just her kit is very strong, I guess. So the AD damage growth is going down, and then the Q damage is also going down. So damage nerfs. I would say it's nice to see damage nerfs, because the damage in the game is still very high. Axiomark is going up lethality. I'm going to be honest, like, it's still kind of a pointless item. Like, you know, Axiomark, the core user is Nocturne, because, yeah, getting Nocturne ultimate back up on cooldown quickly is quite good, because that gives him his mobility. But it sounds stupid, but sacrificing other items for a Zed getting his ultimate back up, which is a pretty low cooldown, or a Kiana, pretty low cooldown on ultimate, you just don't need it. But yeah. Horizon Focus, ability power is going up. Okay, that's nice for, you know, a mage player like myself. So 100 AP now, and no increase in cost, which is interesting. Yaksho. So Yaksho has landed as a solid core item for tanks. However, it's been quite potent on fighters. We're okay with fighters sometimes purchasing the item when they want to lean more into durability over damage, but we don't think it should dominate all other mythic choices they have. And right now, it's close to just doing that. We're shifting the ratios on Yaksho to better incentivize additional defensive purchases to make it worse one-stop shop. So like, you could be playing Darius, just buy a Yaksho and then buy normal Darius items. They're trying to get away from that. If you want to build this on Darius, you have to commit buying other tank items too, not all damage items. So the cost of it's going up. The resilience stacking was 2 per second. It's still 2 per second, but it was 15% total resist at max stacks. It's now 20% bonus resist at max stacks, which is more. Drain damage was 3% max health. It's now 80, but then plus 7% of your bonus health. So bonus health is only the health that you're gaining from items. So you'll be gaining more bonus health for purchasing tank items than damage AD or whatever items. And then champions only, Voidborn Resilience drain damage will no longer affect minions and monsters. So that is a nerf overall there. So hopefully it does its job of not making every fighter buy it anyway and being really tanky, but then also doing a lot of damage, but we'll see. Rod of Ages, unfortunately this item just wasn't great. It's just, again, for the game, you know, League is about scaling, but you still need to be useful in the early game, and Rod just wasn't powerful enough to make you useful in the early game. And by the time of, like, guys, it got in max stacks, I got a free level up, I might be level 16 now, it was too late. You haven't done enough to help your team because you've been weak because you bought Rod of Ages. So the health is going up. Eternity move speed proc requirement was 250 healing or mana restoration. So 200 healing, or it's going down, so it's easier to do. Eternity bonus move speed amount is going up by 10%. The move speed duration is going up by 1%. So that's overall big buffs. And then updated, it will just decay more slowly the move speed that you gain. Eternity, the passive, is... These changes will also apply to Catalyst. And so, yeah, the other Abyssal Mask and Catalyst will also have this stuff too. So percent of pre-mitigation damage received restored as mana is going down 8% to 7%. But then the percent of mana cost spent restored as health is going up. And then the maximum heal per cast second for toggled abilities is also going up. So you're getting more healing back and more health back, which is overall kind of good. And then the quality of life changes. There's that as well. Okay, cool. Archangel, cost of it's going up, but ability power is going up. It also giving ability haste, which it didn't before. It's now also grants ability haste equal to 0.5 of bonus mana. It's now grants AP equal to 1% bonus mana. Much better. So you're actually getting ability power from the mana that you're building. So that's very good. I'm going to love that on Anivia. Seraphs, they're removing this passive. The new passive, upon taking damage that will reduce your health to 30%, gain a 250 plus 20% current mana shield. Oh, they're bringing back the shield. Let's go. And then you get the grant ability haste equal to 1.3% bonus mana is now grant ability. So again, when it upgrades, you're getting ability power equal to 2.5% of your bonus mana. So this is pretty good. I'm very happy about this change. The fact that we're actually getting what I would call actual Seraphs back. You're getting your shield back, which you used to have, and you're getting ability power back based on your mana. So this is overall a good thing if you're a Seraphs mage player. Again, not all my mages build it. Like Mal's doesn't build it, but Nivea does. You can technically buy it on Vigar, or you probably will now especially. Obviously, Rise will like this. So yeah, not bad at all. Winter's Approach is getting cost reduced. Health, though, is going up. So that's buff, and then buff. So buffs all around to Winter's Approach. Legend Tenacity. Tenacity per legend stack was 5% base, and then 2.5 per legend stack. It's now 5%, 1.5% per legend stack of Tenacity. And then, yeah, so it's a 10% nerf to Tenacity at maximum. This is, I would say, mainly being also aimed at, like, some of the fighters and tanks who would go Legend Tenacity with their tank stats, and then Merc Treads and Legend Tenacity. You can't kill them, and you also can't pin them down. It was very obnoxious. We're getting some ARAM changes. Competitive. Here we go. Season 2023 Split 1 begins on the release of patch 13.1 in your region. Ranks have been reset. Hit the rift in rank solo/duo and rank flex to begin your climb. New rank awards as you climb have been added. These are earned through obtaining split points by completing games. You earn 10 split points per win and 6 for a loss. Check out the rewards in the rank tab in the client. The rank skin for Split 1 is earnable by players of all ranks, but the amount of split points required varies by rank. 80 points for gold and above, and 1,600 points for silver and below. In addition, once you earn the skin, it remains earned even if you were to demote. The skin will be distributed at the end of Season 2023 Split 1. I think someone did the rough math that if you're below silver, it takes about 200 games to get the skin if you're not gold and above. If you are gold and above, you automatically unlock the skin. Promotion series have been reduced from best of 5 to best of 3. Overall good thing for me. The restriction on duoing in solo duo with an MMR of Masters or above is disabled until patch 13.3. What? Note that duo restriction based on visible rank is still active, so as a player who reaches Master and above will not be able to do it. Okay, thank God. So this is just for your MMR, not for visible rank. I wonder if that's like maybe... I don't know why they would do that, but anyway. Visible rank is no longer used as matchmaking criteria, only your MMR, and career stats have been reset for the new rank season. So these are interesting. Again, if you're new to the game, when it says, you know, ranks have been reset. So ranks have been reset, but your MMR hasn't been. Your MMR has a partial reset. So for example, like me, I finished last season in Master. Does that mean I have to start all the way again from Iron in this upcoming season? No. It takes into account that I was Master last year, and it'll do a soft reset. So on placement game number 1, you find out what your minimum rank will be after the 10 placements. Roughly, I would say, and we'll find out obviously tomorrow. Game 1, let's say I win it, let's hope. I would imagine it's going to be around Platinum 1 straight away. It might even be in Diamond because I was Master last year. They're no longer... Platinum 1 used to be the maximum you could get from placements, but that got... A couple years ago, that went away. You can get Diamond 1 straight away, technically. So there's that. Refund tokens. We're making some changes how refund token work in League of Legends. For starters, every player should have their refund tokens refreshed up to a maximum of 3 at the start of 2023. In the past, the complexity associated with maintaining the system has led to delays in the annual refresh. So there you go. You're just getting your tokens. New mythic content. Quality of life changes. So we got rune recommender, champion select, miscellaneous, bug fixes, and upcoming skins. Some of the skins look pretty good, by the way. Very nice. Very cool. I don't know, excuse my ignorance. I don't know, like, these are quite, like, Chinese New Year-esque. I don't know if, obviously, it's the Chinese New Year upcoming. Maybe? I don't know. But anyway, that's going to be it. New season coming. Hopefully, it'll be exciting. Hopefully, we can hit our ranks that we want. And that's what I'll actually leave for this video. In the, you know, please do like it. Please do comment. Please do click the subscribe button. In the comments, though, let me know what you obviously think of the patch. But also, what rank are you trying to achieve for Split 1 of 2023? Again, there will be a partial reset in the middle of the year for Split 2. That's a new thing for this year. It's basically to get people to play more. But anyway, that's going to be it. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know all the stuff down below. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Call down!